Hey guys, Cool and All Manga here. Right now reviewing One Piece chapter 691, and Oda's continuing to give us great chapters. I believe it's like 4 or 5 in a row now that have just been straight epic. Uh, like Oda, November went to you, and looks like December could be going to you as well because damn, if you continue this shit up and you continue to end Punk Hazard the way you are, you're gonna do well for the month of December. Just saying. uh, and yeah, so we definitely know that Punk Hazard is ending soon, especially at the end of the chapter. Luffy goes in for a kill shot. Yeah, you know Luffy's going in for a kill shot when he charges up 2 elephant gun bazooka. Like, damn, he's charging up an elephant gun bazooka on Caesar. Oh my god, it's Caesar's done. He's fucked. He's done. It's over. It's over. So anyways, let's just get down to a chapter summary real, because there's a lot of shit that happened in this chapter. Like, it was a lot of stuff. A lot of different things that went on. So we start the chapter off with, the island being cut in two, and it states that the island was cut in two with one stroke. And the kids and Sanji are trying to take cover because, as Sanji states, the roof has just lifted and there's debris that's starting to fall. So yeah, it's definitely lost devil fruit power that he used, especially whenever we see Virgo later, because he's fucked up. So we end up going to the next. You turn to the next page, and Zoro's running with Tashigi on his back, and somehow he got so lost that somehow he's in front of the Marines of G5, and they're like, what? Like, what? How is this even possible? And Tashigi's like, Zoro, you're horrible with directions. You got us so lost. Can you please put me down? This is embarrassing and whatnot. And then you see Sanji, and he's like, well, no, man. Who told you can be holding on to Tashigi? And that was hilarious. We see Nami and Robin, and they're all trying to get the kids to keep moving. Chopper is still back at the stairs trying to. Well, actually, no. He's on his way to where Nami and Sanji, Zoro, and Robin are, but the Marines are actually carrying Mocha with him on top of her, and he's performing surgery. And this is funny because he's got like IVs and shit, and it's all set up on top of her body because she's so gigantic that he could literally just sit up there and perform his operation. So it was pretty cool. And we end up going to back to the sad development room, and you see it's completely fucked. It's totaled. Like, there's smoke everywhere. The machines are totaled. They're destroyed. And you see Virgo. And Virgo is pissed. Not only is he cut up into 13 different pieces, but he's also pinned to the railing that was in front of the sad tank. And he states, this is gonna be real hard to eat breakfast tomorrow morning. And that he got caught up in some kid's messed up revenge plan, Virgo then shouts out to Law, and he's like, what you did was really cruel, and I'm very upset. And then he says that you don't know Joker's past, and because you don't know Joker's past, that will be your downfall. Virgo then states that just because you've gained a little bit of a name for yourself doesn't mean you can replace the Joker. Doesn't mean you can replace these big names in the world. Uh, and he asked Smoker to try and to talk some sense into these kids that are relying only on power in a world that has roots deeper than the sea. Uh, or that have roots soaked in blood or something like that. I don't really know what was said on this page, but so Law just responds by cutting Virgo's head right in half, right down the middle, you know, and Law's just like, yo, Virgo, don't worry about me, worry about yourself. This room is gonna be blown away in a few minutes. Okay? So nice knowing you, Pirate Virgo. And then him and Smoker just poof, they just walk out like a bunch of bosses, man. Like a bunch of bosses. The Punk Hazard arc has been the arc of bosses, okay? Luffy, Law, Smoker, Zoro, they're all Sanji even, Virgo even. Yeah, they're all bosses. They've been bossing it up. They've been bossing it up. Straight up. Dolphamingo bossing it up with taking a cannonball to the face and not even caring. Boss. They're all boss. So we go back to Luffy and Caesar, and yeah, Caesar's pissed. He realizes that the building has been cut in half. In fact, the entire island has been cut in half by Law, and Virgo must have lost. And he asks, as Luffy is looking after Momo and Brownbeard, Caesar tells his subordinates to open all the doors and vents and release Shinokuni into Building R. Okay, and the soldiers are like, "Well, wait, sir, we have hundreds of guys down here still that are gonna die." And Caesar's like, "I don't care. Do it now. Why would I care how many of you guinea pigs die?" And this really the soldiers don't know what to do at this point. They're like, "Wait, what? What should we do? Do we follow his orders and do this? They'll all die, right?" And you see, Caesar states that he won't die because he's gas, and that Shinokuni is his true power. You then see Usopp up in the secret room, or on the second floor of Building R, and he's watching the soldiers, and they've all gone quiet because they don't know what to do. So Usopp starts thinking, okay, they must have realized, and have seen Caesar's true colors. And he ends up seeing Zoro and the rest of the Straw Hats are having trouble getting past the smoke, and he wants to help them. So he decides to look for the controls to the doors, which are in this room. But unfortunately, the soldiers think that Caesar is simply deceiving Straw Hat and trying to and that he's not actually going to allow Shinokuni to kill his subordinates. It's all just a fake to distract Straw Hat. So they open the vents, and Shinokuni comes in, and Caesar ends up absorbing him. And after absorbing him, Caesar looks crazy. It's kind of like how when Moria absorbed all the shadows. It's kind of like that kind of transformation. Because as he absorbs all the gas, his hands get fat, kind of like Moria's did. His head gets a weird smoke crown thing. He looks like what's that chick from The Little Mermaid? He literally looks like that octopus chick from The Little Mermaid. I'm not even joking. But yeah, he looks pretty weird, and so he's basically he doesn't care at this point. He's releasing gas. He's stating like, "Oh, I feel so great." After absorbing Shinokuni, he feels like a new man, and Luffy sees the smoke killing his subordinates, and Luffy just snaps at that point. He's like, "No, I'm done," and he just instantly he tells Momo to look after Brownbeard, and he just takes off down the hallway. All the well, actually, Caesar thinks that Luffy is running away, and he's like, "What? You got weak knees all of a sudden, try it? You're a disgrace, blah, 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 You could never become the Pirate King. I've already got 2 buyers for Shinokuni, 2 peace-loving countries. After seeing the public experiment, have decided to purchase Shinokuni, and he states that even though they're peace-loving, human beings will do anything to protect themselves. And thus, he will sell weapons until he becomes the king of the underworld, or in the translation I read, it said the land of the dead. But I'm sure that it's like the king of the underworld. We go back to Usopp, and the soldiers are all like, oh, okay, well, Usopp asked the soldiers to help him because his friends are in trouble and he wants to save them. But they're all like, what are you talking about? We're not going to help you, whatnot. Why are you still trying? Your captain just ran away and whatnot. And Usopp's like, no, my captain would never run away, okay? How dare you insult my captain in front of me, okay? No matter what. Okay, my captain will save us and all of you because that's the kind of person he is. And then he states that you just saw what Caesar is. He doesn't care about any of you, okay? And this is the reason that Luffy is fighting him, okay? Because Caesar is the kind of person that Luffy hates most, okay? And he states that, he doesn't care what happens to himself. And as much as he wants to run away, as much as like himself, Usopp wants to run away, he won't, because Luffy will always stand and fight. And that's why him and his crew need to stand with Luffy. For as long as they live. Because he has protected them so many times. And they owe him their lives. And he says that, if Luffy's fighting, I'm going to fight. And he asks them again to help him open the doors. We go back to Luffy, and he stops in the hallway. And you see him just inflate his two arms, and he creates two gigantic arms, and he just like instantly like jumps towards Caesar and goes in for a crazy an elephant gun bazooka, and Caesar looks like he's about to get fucked up, and the chapter ends with Luffy simply saying, like, with basically Luffy in the room and his arms stretched down an entire hallway. You can't even see the rest of his arms. All you see is a little bit of armament hockey leading down the elephant gun, and you can't even see anything else. And all you see is Luffy there just getting ready for a bazooka, and he's like, I can't stand to see your face any longer. And then the chapter just ends. And oh my god, Luffy's gonna beat the fucking shit out of Caesar Clown. Caesar Clown is done. It is game over for Caesar. Oh my god. What a beast. This chapter was awesome. I'm gonna give it it was another great chapter. Not as good as last week's, because last week's was epic. It was epic. But this week was still good. Luffy, oh man, Luffy, he's a beast. He's a boss. And you know what? I don't know. Okay, Straw Hat crew members joining. I don't know, man. There could be a lot of crew members joining. Brownbeard, that's a possibility. Momonosuke and Kinemon, like those two are a big possibility. Mostly because, well, Kinemon is a samurai from Wano country, and you know how they don't like dragons. And Momonosuke is a dragon, so that he's not turning back into like a human. You can't. He had a Zoan fruit that doesn't change back into human form. He's a dragon forever. So I doubt he's gonna go back to Wano country with his son. He's definitely gonna join the Straw Hat crew. Monet, I'm not sure. We haven't seen her in a few chapters, but something tells me she's gonna pull a Robin and be on the Straw Hat ship. Something tells me she's gonna pull a Robin. If she doesn't pull a Robin, that all the better, because we need an astronomer. We need an astronomer. Simple as that. As for Brownbeard, I don't really care. If he joins the crew, he joins the crew. Whatevs. But yeah, overall this week we had a great chapter. Anyways, I gotta go. Rate, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Peace out, guys.